5 habits that will keep you broke. If you're between the age of 16 and 40, you want to level up. I know within the next 5 years, if you listen to these points, you'll become a multi-millionaire because you are the type of person to watch these type of videos. So let's get straight into the video. Broke people do not budget their money. Instead of spending their money on appreciating items, they spend it on depreciating items. The moment they get their money, everything becomes a necessity. They're thinking about Christmas, they're thinking about birthdays, they're thinking about spending so much money. You will find that these type of people will go to Tesco and go shop without checking how much they can actually spend that day. These type of people, their eyes are bigger than their wallet. Now, if you've ever heard of the popular series Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, you have multi-millionaires and billionaires on that show. People will come in asking for £50,000 for their company. And what the rich do is they shut it down. They will lower the price of the investment from $50,000 to whatever price they're actually willing to pay for it. Because the reality is rich people do budget. They do not spend their money casually.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts, these facts, it's not facts.
Point number 2, your friendship circle. Broke people have friends, rich people have networks. Have you ever heard of the term poverty by association? It's a real thing. If you have 4 broke friends, you're going to be the 5th broke friend. Because all 4 of those friends are going to be talking about the same things. They're going to be negative and their attitude is just going to suck. And by you just being with them, you're going to suck as well. It's kind of like when a married woman has so many single friends. What do you think those conversations are going to be like? You must have heard of the fly experiment. No? Okay, I'll explain. So basically, researchers put a bunch of flies into a jar. They then sealed the jar with the flies inside, and the flies could only fly up to a maximum height, which is where the seal was. Now what they did was, over a period of time, they removed the seal. Now what you found was that the flies could not fly higher than the point of the previous seal. The researchers were confused, so they decided to step it up further, and instead of moving just the seal on the jar, they removed the whole jar entirely. And what they found is, even without the jar, the flies could not fly to the point of the seal. In the same way, the seal was placed temporarily and stopped the flies from flying higher. Your environment can stop you from flying higher. The limit to your success is your environment. Point number 3 is broke people have very bad attitudes. If you change your attitude, you can change your altitude. You ever meet someone where their attitude just stinks? When you bring them a new idea, whether it's a business venture, what you're doing, what you plan to do, their immediate predetermined reaction is negative. They immediately pick apart what you want to do, diminish it, and demoralize you. This is a habit and you need to stay away from these types of people. Rich people have great attitudes. One great example is Mario Balotelli. He could have been one of the best. He played for Liverpool and Man City, so many great teams. One thing was apparent was each team he'd go, he'd have problems. This was because he had a very bad attitude. And if he did not have a bad attitude, where would he be? I guess we will never know. Point number 4 is broke people never plan for the future. They live in the moment. Never listen to anyone who lives in the moment, because they are liars and they are worse than forex traders.
Okay.
You ever heard of the term you only live once? YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. We get it. You only have one life. I'm sure you understand we only have one life. But it's not about having one life, it's about what you do with that life. Broke people never plan for the future. Rich people, they make smart decisions and even better investments. There are people that only worry about now. They don't worry about Monday, they don't worry about Tuesday, they worry about what is happening right now. You need to stay away from these type of people. If you ever want to predict the future, just look at the rich and look what they invest their money into. During one of the worst times, the COVID pandemic, you saw what the rich were doing. Bill Gates, one of the most famous people on the planet, was buying land. He knew post-pandemic, land was going to be scarce. That is basic supply and demand, and if you want to be rich, you have to invest into the future. Point number 5 is broke people live paycheck to paycheck. As soon as they get money, they're Uber Eats, online shopping, gadgets, TikTok, whatever it is, they're looking to spend money. Can you imagine you make £1,000 a month and you go spend your money on a trap store £200 t-shirt? That is 20% of your income just gone, depleted. Broke people, they spend their money as soon as they get it. If you spend your money as soon as you get it, then you are.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
As for the rich, they spend their money on assets. Assets mean cash flow generating. I don't stutter, that means you're making money. Broke people always blame other people for their financial position. Have you ever heard someone say, I can't do that business because of the location? And then you find someone down the street in the same location doing that business. And they will say, I can't become that rich because of their background and where they're from. But then you will find someone from the same country making it work. Then you will hear, well, I'm disabled, so I can't do this. Well, the people in the Paralympics, they make it happen. They will blame their mothers, their dads, brothers, stepbrothers, every single person for why they are where they are. As for the rich, they're not bothered about circumstances. They look for the solutions. They don't care about the problems. My name is Black Consensus, and if you like this video, smash the thumbs up. And remember this, those who say it cannot be done should get out the way of those who are doing it.